Well, hey, Slim here.
And I'm Nick. I kind of ran over you.
It's okay. We could have laughed about it. All right. And I needed some help to discuss this week's topic. Is it a sin to smoke marijuana or not? So I found my local expert, Nick Trahan.
That's not real. I'm not a marijuana expert.
But we do want to try this new format that we've been thinking about. And I thought it'd be more helpful to actually discuss it rather than just talk about it. All right, so let's jump into the discussion. And just a primer for this before we even get into it. Is it a sin to smoke marijuana recreationally or not? For this audience, we're talking to teenagers trying to primarily. And for you that live in Texas, it is a sin.
Yep. It is illegal.
It is illegal.
It is illegal in Texas.
It's legal. Illegal.
Illegal in Texas. Yeah, that was confusing.
And it's also illegal according to the fifth commandment that if you're honoring your father and your mother. If your parents say no, that means you're now breaking two commandments here. Now, a lot of times people ask, or people want to say, well, if God made it, I can smoke it. Do you think that's a helpful argument or not?
That is not very helpful.
Why not?
Because God made a lot of things that you shouldn't smoke, like uranium.
Like hemlock. Can you smoke that? God made that. That's a plant.
Yeah, I think.
And what happens if you do that? What happened to Socrates?
Yeah, you die.
You die.
Yeah, so they're a poisonous plant.
So if it's not in the Bible, what should you do? Since the Bible doesn't speak about it explicitly, what should you do?
I feel like you're supposed to use wisdom, I think, is our
Have you been watching our videos?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I had something to do with them. Maybe help film some of them.
Let's ask Nick, and let's see if we can say it together. Wisdom is knowing what to do when there are no rules. You're so fired. Okay.
You're fired. Leave.
Yeah, knowing what to do when there are no rules. So there's no rules in the Bible about whether to smoke it or not smoke it. So you have to use wisdom. What would you say is the closest relative of marijuana in the Bible that you can actually then maybe pull some thoughts out of?
I mean, alcohol.
What are similarities between the two?
Intoxication.
Yeah.
They change the way you think. Yeah.
Yeah, both give you euphoria. Both going to be abused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is God for drunkenness or against it?
He is against it. I think I can say that pretty confidently.
Okay. Yep. Since we're looking at Proverbs, Proverbs says, how wine is a mocker and a strong drink is a brawler. So that the alcohol can be abused, and it can make someone who abuses it an abuser and hurt families. Mm-hmm. We see that.
Yeah.
So, since you're now around these people, should you have friends that smoke pot or drink?
Yes, you can have friends.
The answer is no, Nicholas. God says, Proverbs 23:20, be not among drunkards.
Yeah.
End of the story.
Did Jesus hang out with
drunkards? You got to bring Jesus into this. I think that's going to require some wisdom here.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a guy named Joe Carter from the Gospel Coalition website, which we like. He says getting drunk is a sin. You agree with that?
Yes.
He says getting high is a sin.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. He says it takes about 4 to 5 drinks before you can actually get drunk. And then he says it takes about how many puffs of a marijuana cigarette before you get high?
My guess is 2.
You would be wrong.
Of course, obviously.
4. So his argument is it takes 4 drinks of alcohol to get drunk. It takes 4 puffs of a marijuana cigarette to get high. Therefore, you can drink this and not get drunk, but you can't smoke this and not get high.
Yeah, I don't know if...
I guess unless you smoked 3 puffs. Do you like that line of argument, that line of reasoning?
No, that doesn't make any sense, because if you're a bigger person, it's going to take more. I mean, it just sounds like he's drawn some lines where he probably shouldn't be drawing lines. I mean, 4 glasses of alcohol for someone who's large is going to be different than someone who is smaller. So I mean, yeah, that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but can you distinguish between getting drunk and being buzzed? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so like you can be buzzed and not sin, but you can be drunk and you're sinning.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard. It sounds like we're trying to draw lines even in that, but
did Jesus drink?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure that you can.
Was it grape juice?
It was not grape juice. Grape juice was not invented until 1800s.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pasteurization, all that stuff.
So Jesus turned water into grape juice.
No.
He saved the best grape juice for the end of the feast.
No, it's pretty clear that whenever the wine was brought to the master of the wedding, he was just, who brought out the good stuff? You're supposed to bring out the bad stuff when everyone's drunk freely. Yeah. Everyone's drunk, and you brought this.
Are you saying? Ooh, I don't know if you go here. Are you saying Jesus is promoting?
I'm not. Okay, so I won't say that they were drunk. I'm just gonna say that they could not tell the difference anymore between what was good wine and what was bad wine. Was his point. So I don't know. That's what the text says. I'm just.
So we're saying it is a sin or not a sin to smoke marijuana recreationally?
It is not a sin.
It's not a sin.
I don't think we can say that.
Okay, so you're saying, I think what we're trying to say is it's not a lung issue that we smoke it. It's actually a heart issue.
Yeah.
So it's not a stomach issue when you overeat. It's a heart issue.
Yeah.
Why are you eating that much? Kind of like the famous theologian Paul Blart Mall Cop. You seen that movie?
No, I don't watch bad movies.
No, you should definitely watch it. It's surprisingly good.
Okay.
But there's a part in it where he says, peanut butter fills the cracks of the soul.
That's disgusting. Were you high when you watched that?
No, but I probably would have ate some peanut butter at that moment if it was.
Peanut butter sounds good.
So it's a heart issue. Like it's motivational. Why are you smoking it? But the question is then, can you smoke weed to the glory of God? 1 Corinthians 10:31, whether you eat or drink, whatever you do it all for the glory of God. Can you smoke to the glory of God?
Yes. If you can drink to the glory of God, then you can... Can
you drink to the glory of God?
Yes. I mean, if Jesus drank, he couldn't sin, so I mean...
All right. So you think, okay. Do you think people drink or smoke, I guess, to escape reality? Do you think they smoke to escape reality?
Yeah.
Do you think people drink to escape reality?
Yeah, obviously.
Is that sin? Is all escapism sin?
Not all of it.
Some of it is, right? I mean, the guys who are constantly drunk, staggering, that's the type of drunkenness.
They're just trying to escape from life, like
the guys
itself.
Who are constantly high, playing Xbox all day, live in their parents' garage at age 24.
Yeah, in Texas it would be garage.
Yeah, not basement.
We don't have basements.
But is all escapism bad?
No.
No?
I mean, I think, like with so much else, there's natural desires that we have to escape. Like we want to escape. We want the better world. We want heaven. So I think there's a natural. I mean, you can even look at, like, if you just step back. I mean, I know we're talking about like escaping daily life, but if you just look at the Exodus, I mean, they escaped from slavery in Egypt. So I mean, there's a natural longing, I think, for escape. And I think the issue is, are you pursuing that escape in the right places? Are you seeking to escape?
So you can have a glass of wine at the end of the day as an escape to calm down, and it's not bad.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
you can play video games as a way to stop thinking about school, and that's not a sin.
Yeah,
you can have ibuprofen.
Yeah.
To escape the pain of a headache.
Yeah. For sure.
That sounds good. I mean, God says in Psalm 104:15 that wine makes the heart glad.
Yeah.
And there is a sense of it's good for you to have some altering of your body. So I don't think we can say anything that goes in us that alters your state is bad.
Yeah.
Because medicine, alcohol alters the state. Some things there is a good altering of your state.
Yeah.
And so it seems like all this boils down to self-control, which I think a definition for self-control that's helpful is it's choosing the right thing over your cravings. What would you say something you crave?
Food. Like, yeah. I mean, remembering
particular
back to school,
foods. If I had like a food item right here, what would you not be able to not touch?
a hamburger.
If there was a big cheeseburger right there.
Cheeseburger, love it. French fries.
That'd be hard to not pick at and eat.
Yeah. I mean, especially after like a long day or coming back from school. I remember in high school, like going home and just like
food is my only friend.
Like, snack cakes, whatever it was. Just, I don't care. School was brutal. I hate my life.
So you're saying that you can be just as sinful in the bottom of a bowl that you're going to smoke marijuana in as in the bottom of a bowl of cereal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a guy named Jonathan Edwards. Have you heard of him?
I think so. I think it was kind of important or something.
Yep. Yeah, he's good. He says self-control comes down to converting what you most love. So, I mean, everyone wants self-control in some ways. We all have it. You know, we choose to not, interrupt other people. Some other times we do it all the time. But self-control is converting what you most love. And if you most love a cheeseburger, Nick Trahan.
Yeah. Well, using my last name.
I wish I knew your middle name.
Not gonna say it.
How would you convert what you most love to not eat that cheeseburger?
Desiring something better.
Desiring something better.
Like
desiring
a better cheeseburger.
An orange. Would you ever choose an orange over a cheeseburger?
No, but I would choose a better cheeseburger over that cheeseburger. Or if there's,
I don't know if that's helping self-control. How do you get self-control if you have a problem with smoking weed or drinking alcohol? How do you convert something to love more? What do you have to love more than weed to stop smoking it?
I mean, you have to love something more to replace that desire for whatever you're trying to. Because
really what you're saying is I need this.
Yeah.
And if you love something else, you don't necessarily need this. You need the thing that you love. If I love my wife, I don't need these things. I'll give these things up for her. Mm-hmm. If I love Jesus, I'll give these things up for him. Okay. Do you know how the Bible says we are to see that love? Just getting into the gospel here.
Yeah. Behold Christ.
Behold him.
Yep.
Good.
We're transformed by beholding him. We look to what Jesus has done on the cross. We think on those things, and that's how our minds are renewed. They're transformed. So, I think like what C.S. Lewis said about like desire and kids playing in mud when there's the sea right behind them. Like, if they knew what we had, if we knew God, if we could just get out of our like daily routine, like going home and eating all the cake out of the fridge or whatever it was, then if we knew the better joy, the better satisfaction, I mean, we would go to that because
that's good.
He finds our desires too weak. It's not that we have
not too strong.
Yeah,
that's good. All right, so you're saying not a sin to smoke marijuana.
Not a sin.
The answer is not a sin.
Yeah. So
go smoke weed.
That is not what we're...
That's right. This is not what we're saying. It is illegal in Texas. Yeah. It is actually, for this audience, for teenagers, it's actually, there's some research that says it could be bad for you in your brain development, and it's not honoring your father or your mother. So there's a lot of reasons we're saying it's not wise. That's probably the better question. Is it wise?
Yeah. No, so
no,
I'd
right
have to say
now.
No. Yeah, because it's illegal. So it is a sin right now in Texas because it's illegal. But we were talking about the future whenever it's probably going to be made legal. Yeah. So, I mean, then it's you couldn't say that it's a sin.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom issue.
Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in to Proverbs Wisdom That Matters, knowing what to do when there are no rules.
This is awful. We tried.